What's up, everybody? Derek here, and today we are out here at the parking lot to do a little bit of practice and to go over something, or as I'm starting to call this place, the Poor Golfers Anonymous, or PGA. So I can dream, can't I? I'm trying to get my balls out here on this football field, which is not the common golfer's range, but I figured some things out in my swing, and I wanted to share with y'all what I figured out. Now, I've watched so many videos of the Titleist Performance Institute, or TPI, and you know, the sway, the rock and roll, all the sequences, the 4 sequences that we have in our swings that we can unlock and get the perfect timing and the perfect everything to get our shots out there. Now, I have a hybrid with me today. I don't have my driver, but this is virtually the same swing, being a long basic iron. This is a 2, so those long irons are basically almost just a recreation of your driver swing. And the other day I went out and played, and I got the chance to play by myself, and I played 6 balls for 9 holes. And the first hole was a par 4, 410 yards, and 6 of my balls. The shortest was 320 yards, and the longest was 360. I mean, I was basically just small chip just up onto the green, and my mind was blown, because when I came through and I hit the ball, there was something that had been missing from my swing. And I have only been hitting the ball like 260, 270 with a good rollout, maybe 280, 290-ish. But to go that much further, there was something that I had been lacking that I started creating, and I figured out what it is. And it's creating the whip action of the follow through and guiding my ball to go through there. And the 2 things that really helped me out was the wrist hinge. I've had so much trouble. My swing had been basically, if you look from the backside, over the top and coming through the ball. And I was slicing it when I first started and everything, and now I'm not doing that as much. But that wrist hinge wasn't there. I would basically come up, way too much elbow, using this as a fulcrum, and coming through the ball. Now I have good swing speed doing it like this, but that's all arms. I was utilizing my legs a little bit, which is another one to get push off from the ground to get that going through there, but I wasn't getting the wrist whip action. So it's basically just swinging like that instead of using it as a pivot point. Instead of straight arm, pivot. And what I was doing is releasing the club correctly by creating that swing hinge and coming to the top, coming over like this, but feeling like I'm coming to my shoulder. It's all feels when you start to do it, because everybody's swing and everybody's bodies are built differently. I'm more broad-shouldered, more not as stiff. I'm getting more flexible because I stretch every day, but coming into it, bending my wrist hinge to get it over the top, as opposed to how I used to bend so much elbow and bring my elbow back like baseball, because that's where that comes from. But the other key that was really helping me to get that ball out there and not slice and get straight shots was to have the feeling, since I did play baseball, of second base, second base, second base. That's the pitcher, this is second base. And what I was doing was wrist hinge and then coming through, but feeling like I'm coming here inside, as opposed to, and then over the top. And I'm creating that arc that creates that slice. So by coming back with the wrist hinge and then coming through, I was creating lag in my wrist. So then my hands got to speed up to get to the ball. And with that sequence, along with my lift of my legs, my turn, and my direction of follow through, created, I don't even know what my swing speed, it was, I had to go through some research to figure out what exactly had changed, because the ball just kept going and going and going and going, and it was just amazing. It felt great. But it's like I seen Sasquatch or a unicorn, and my whole reality twisted upside down. So the wrist hinge, coming under, and then feeling like I'm swinging outward. And just the feeling or the thought, I'm not actually swinging out like that, because I could create a draw on all kinds of problems. But it was the thought of swinging out. So, out. And it was creating a straight shot. So let's see if we can make a couple. I haven't hit any shots today. I'm cold. We're not going to tee this up. And we're just going to try to get some out there. Now the ball is not in the center of my stance. It's just slightly forward like a driver. But we're just going to try to smoothly put some out there. Not have a crazy grunting type swing, but just a smooth swing. Now, to come off, first swing, and to make a good one out there. Let's see if we can even do it. Now, I've got to position the back a little bit because when I come back through, my arms actually extend out a little bit. So the ball positioning for me is a little bit out. So you see it looks like it's off and I would toe it. I got to really focus on getting good contact. And I created a draw. I wasn't even on the course. Now, to be expected, not hitting any shots yet. So, now that I've got one out of the way, I've got to think about this because I don't believe I was fully thinking about second base. So I got to focus. I had wrist hinge though. This hit behind the ball. It went where I was aiming. Now this is where you get those little kinks out and get warmed up, get those muscles going. So now, let's see if we can make clean contact. I thought about second base or swinging outward in the wrist hinge. So let's see if we can combine it all. And a slow takeaway. Oh my, that was pretty. A little bit left to right cut. Woo! We down there by the field goal post. That was a good shot. That was easily 200 without even swinging hard. Easily. We're a good 75 yards from this. And the field goal post should be somewhere around 120 yards from each other. So do the math on that one. It's on the other side of the football field by the pole. Let's see if we can do this again after warming up. Got a little bit more height. I pulled it a little left. It's still inside. But that was it. It's the smooth takeaway and loading up, wrist hinge, and then imagining swinging out. Oh, wow. I did pull that one somewhat. Yep. It hit the pavement and it's just rolling and rolling. So that was miss hit. Not hitting quite the well. It would have been a lot better if I had a range session. I could have come out here and hit a couple balls. This is how I created swing speed the other day. Smooth takeaway with intent to load up. So I did hit that a little bit fast. If we didn't have this mat, I definitely did. So there's little inconsistencies, and this is one of the ones that I need to actually work on because it's harder for me to take it off the ground. But for driver, I can get good contact right in the sweet spot almost every time. So there's a lot less room for error with the driver as opposed to that little bitty face. That was pretty. And I did not mention that I've actually got a headwind coming in just basically into my face. So that one shot that we had at 200, that one was maybe 180-ish. So it was close to getting down there. And now I'm starting to get a little warmed up. And I'm putting them right in the same spot. Yep. Landed about 180. I got under that one very well. So now let's kind of see if we can hit down on it a little bit and maybe get it lower trajectory. under it once again and pulled it. Think about second base. Think about second base. Nice. 180-ish or so. I need to work more on my contact with this one, but with such a small face, it can be difficult. And I'm working on the fat, the thin, but to focus in on it and to make a good approach shot. Now 180 to 200 right there with a headwind that's coming almost right into her face is not bad. So anyways, guys, I hope that helps, and I hope you can improve or increase your swing speed with those two little nuggets that I dropped for y'all, with the wrist hinge and the imagining going outward as opposed to coming across the ball, creating that slice, and you'll get better shots and straighter shots. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Like this video if you liked it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.